What's happening, racing fans? Welcome back to the channel, brought to you in association with betting.co.uk. I'm your host, Ginger Joe, and I'm back again with my day 2 final selections for you. I hope you all had a great day 1, and I really do hope that all of you managed to get on my anti-post selection, Marine Nationale, and my nap of the festival, bolting up in the first. But it really was just an amazing day's racing yesterday. We had Constitution Hill absolutely demolish the field in the champion hurdle. We managed to see Honeysuckle go out on an absolute high, winning her second mare's hurdle to go with her 2 champion hurdles. And then, of course, we had a really nice winner with Marine Nationale as well. So it really was a spectacular day's racing, and I hope that we can continue today in the same sort of form. Now, I'm going to give you my day 2 selections quite quickly. Got a little bit carried away yesterday with the way Marine Nationale won, but we've only got 5 hours to the racing, so let's give you my selections. Starting off in the Ballymore, I like Goodland for Barry Connell and Mikey O'Sullivan again today. I mean, of course, yesterday they had Marine Nationale and everything just went so smoothly. A similar performance today from Goodland would just be unbelievable. At 7-2, I think he's going to be really hard to beat. I think that Nathaniel Lacey form stands up really nicely. The way he managed to dominate from the front, I don't think I could see too many of the runners in this field being able to do that themselves. However, I do quite like Gaelic Warrior each way as well at 7-1. He is probably one that's going to be able to close the gap coming up that Cheltenham Hill, but I don't know if he's got the gears to actually outdo Goodland. So I think I'm going to take 2 stabs in the Ballymore. Goodland for the win at 7-2, and then Gaelic Warrior each way at 7-1. In the 210, I actually don't have a bet in the Brown Advisory. I'm currently waiting on Jerry Colomb anti-post anyway with Marine Nationale, so I'm just going to sit quiet, and I haven't got any extra bets to add to that one. In the Coral Cup in the 250, I really like Run for Oscar. He's going to be my nap selection of the day at 8-1. He's a very classy horse, actually. He was one of my selections for the Stayers Hurdle this year at 33-1. When Blazing Carl initially had a small injury, I thought he may be the replacement horse, but Blazing Carl came back, and then they targeted Run for Oscar at the Coral Cup. I think he's particularly well handicapped. Not necessarily miles ahead of his mark, but handicapped to go very, very well indeed. And I think at 8-1, he is a really, really good bet on day 2. In the same race, I like San Salvador each way at 20-1 for Joseph O'Brien. I think it could be a good day for Joseph. A horse that sort of came back to form last time out, and one that's not too troublesome as well. Quite a straightforward ride and should be too far away come the finishes, especially if you can get 5, 6, 7 places. 20-1 each way, San Salvador, I think is a really good bet. Then, the highlight of the day, the 330, the Champion Chase. I haven't quite nailed down my selection here. I keep sort of chopping and changing, so I don't think it's wise to call one at the moment. Take your own selection in the Champion Chase. In the cross country, I think Dalterworth takes all the beating. Can't wait to see how Galvin gets on a course, but I think Dalterworth has to be the bet. Got quite a nice turn of foot as well in this sort of ground. I think that's going to be decisive coming up the hill. But for an each-way punt, maybe take a look at Mortal, who's been quite nicely campaigned for the Banks. Hasn't necessarily won a race in quite a while, but he's finished 4th over the Cheltenham Banks twice. And horses that seem to come to Cheltenham seem to improve a lot for their runs as well. So this is the 3rd time he'll be on one of these courses. Mortal, I think, at 50-1. Each way could just be worth a small squeak against the main 2. In the Grand Annual, I really like Final Orders at 11-2. String of ones next to his name. Did actually have the option of going down the Arkle route. Probably glad they didn't do that now. But he's really well handicapped here in the Grand Annual. 11-2, he seems a pretty decent bet as well. In the same race, though, I like 2 each way. I think they're both very well handicapped. Midnight Run each way at 22-1. Then Dad's Lad each way at 14-1 as well. Both very capable horses. And I like the fact Dad's Lad's got that course and distance form here. It's probably going to bode really well in this sort of race. So Final Orders for the selection. Midnight Run and Dad's Lad each way as well. Then in the bumper, similarly, pretty hard to pick the winner here. Very difficult race to sort of weigh up and see which ones of these are actually going to come forward. I'm going to take a little bit of a chance on 2. Better Days Ahead. He was quite nice and professional last time. Shouldn't be too far away, even based on that sort of repeat performance. I quite like Western Diego as well. He is a Westerner. He's got plenty of speed. I do think he's one that I'll particularly like Cheltenham. Obviously, it was a really big day for Rachel Blackmore yesterday. She actually gets the ride on Western Diego, and I think they're going to come hand in hand. A really good pair, and hopefully they can close out the day at around 16-1. Quick fire selections for you today. Don't forget, I've got 3 bets for you in the description below. I'll make sure I get day 3 selections out a bit earlier for you, but of course after the highs that we had and the big winners we had yesterday, these ones come a little bit later. But good luck for day 2. Drop a comment with your selections. Tell me who you're backing. Give me a nap selection. See you all later.